So yesterday I was watching a video about Kobe Bryant, right? I've been watching a lot of basketball stuff lately, and it was talking about Kobe's extreme work ethic, like no one worked harder than him in the gym and all this stuff. But I saw some comments on the video like, man, if only I had his work ethic. I just want to dissect that a bit because, I mean, obviously, if we all could work hard, we would, right? If we all had that tenacity, that ambition, of course we would utilize it. But it's hard, it's very difficult to work that hard. But I want to make an important point that work ethic is not usually something that you're just born out of the womb ready to grind. Kobe has said many times that he, around age 13, I think, decided that he wanted to become the best basketball player. And that's when he really started kicking it into gear and practicing hard. But what was he doing 1 to 12, What was his childhood like? Probably pretty normal. Probably not thinking about basketball or like he didn't have his life figured out. He was just enjoying life, right? He wasn't born like this insane workaholic. He developed it over time, right? He came to the conclusion that this is what his life is going to be about. And in a way, I feel the same way because only until, I would say, June of 2022, the summer after I graduated college, that's when I decided that I wanted to do YouTube. But everything prior to that was just like, let me get my classes done. Let me maybe find some normal 9 to 5 job, right? But I wasn't thinking at all about what my life was going to look like. And as I go further back, like in high school, I didn't have any plan at all. I really struggled to pick a degree, in the senior year of high school when you're going to commit to a university. I didn't know what I was going to study. I simultaneously want people to realize that it's okay not to have your life figured out right now, but also that the work ethic and the ambition and the drive are not just innate talents or personalities where you just weren't born that way and so you can never work hard, right? Like, I mean, I do think that Kobe is like a 1 in a million kind of personality where, like David Goggins, these insane athletes, like they're going to go until they can't, right? And not everyone thinks that way. I mean, I don't think that way. Like, I still want a balance. I'm not going to sleep for 2 hours a night. But my point is that I've arrived at my work ethic. And I think the main reason why people they don't think they can work hard is because they don't have anything they're trying to work towards. Like if you don't have anything driving you forward, if you don't have any purpose, any mission, any product or business you're trying to build, just something, then of course you're going to feel like you're not working hard because you can't put it towards anything, right? Like, I'll admit that I have a lot of creative energy and drive and ambition, but if I didn't have YouTube, I don't know where I would put it. But it's because I love what I'm doing, right? I love to make videos and build a business, and it doesn't really feel like work, Like look at me chilling here on a cliff by a river, right? Like, this is cool. This is what I want to be doing. It's not about some people can work hard and others can't. It's just that some people have really picked out what they want to do with their life, and they're going to stop at nothing to achieve that. And honestly, I just thought of this. It's a lot like when you are in school, right? And your English professor, your literature professor makes you read some ass book, like Jane Eyre, or something that you just despise, right? There's not an ounce of passion in reading that, right? You might come to the conclusion that you just can't read, that you have no work ethic for reading, right? But it's not true, man. It's just that you don't like to do that one thing, right? And there's plenty of stuff that if I was forced to do, I would just, I would be lazy, or I would feel like I can't work hard because the passion isn't there, right? But when you've got something that you love to do, then it's not really work, And there's that whole saying of, find what you love to do and you'll never work a day in your life. I mean, I don't really believe that because there is a lot of bullshit to deal with in anything that you do. But you need to make it easier for yourself and do things that you actually enjoy doing instead of, like, a lot of parents, they say, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to do XYZ, right? And deep down that that's not for you. And if you want a tip, if you want some little bit of advice, I was thinking recently about Alex Honnold. He's the famous rock climber that free soloed El Capitan, which is like a 3,000-foot cliff with no ropes. And I was thinking about, how was he able to do that? How are you able to work that hard and achieve something that great when most people couldn't even fathom that. And I think that at a certain point, it is about like the passion. I'm sure he loves to climb, but it's also about having stakes in your life. And you know, if you screw up, then things aren't going to be good, right? Because I mean, in the case of Alex, if he screws up, he's dead. You know, he falls off the mountain. And you know, I'm sure in the case of Alex, maybe not El Cap, because he said that he was extremely comfortable on that, but you know, there's got to be some climbs that he's done where he's like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, or like this hole doesn't feel right. It feels like the rock might break, or I might lose my footing. And when you're 1,000 feet off the ground, there's not really any room to be like, someone please come save me. You know, like the stakes are so incredibly high, and there's that saying of like, no one is going to come save you, or no one is going to come deliver your dream to your doorstep. But in the case of Alex, it's like if he doesn't succeed in this dream, he's literally dead. You know, once you're up, he's not going back down, right? This is all or nothing. And I don't think you need to do that. I don't think you need to put your life on the line. You know, please don't free solo El Cap. But if there's anything that you would benefit from in finding your passion, it's to have some amount of stakes, right? Because I kind of treat that mentality of no one is coming to save you with my life, where I mean, I'm not going to literally die if I don't succeed on YouTube, but like the stakes of my dream is that if I don't do the work, if I don't succeed, then I'm going to be that 45-year-old dad with the kids at the barbecue and being like, well, shit, you know, what could have become of my life? Or David Goggins has said a beautiful thing before about going into heaven, and he says that, oh, like Navy SEAL, best-selling author, you know, ranger, whatever the stuff that David has accomplished, and David is like, well, that's not me, you know, I didn't do that stuff, and God says, that's what you could have become. That's the man that you should have become. So that's some damn good motivation if I've ever heard it. Like, I'm not religious, but to know that you can go through your entire life and you're about to be judged, and you see all the shit that you left on the table, that's powerful. So just don't let that happen, okay? It's pretty simple, right? But you know, I just want to make it clear that work ethic is not a personality trait. You know, anyone can become a hard worker and someone that can put in 10 hours a day or whatever your dream is. It's just that you have to find the thing that you love to do, right? And if you know that you're just banging your head into the table on something that you hate to do, like I considered finance, computer science, politics, but at the end of the day, I'm like, that's not me. I'm going to be miserable doing that, right? Pick the thing that you know you love. And it's hard to find, but once you do find it, it's a beautiful thing. But anyways, I'll catch you later.